Today we will tell you the painful but terrifying story of an innocent girl who was caught in the clutches of Satan. If you like our stories, then please like our video, subscribe this channel, and be sure to give your opinion by commenting. Thanks for watching. She was heading home from her office with a delighted mood that day. Finally, she had received the promotion for which she had been working so hard. All she needed tonight was a big tub of vanilla ice cream and a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon to celebrate the big achievement. She lived alone, had been living alone ever since her parents died. She had always been oriented towards her career, and apart from a couple of casual flings in high school, she had never been in a serious relationship. However, she was happy. It was a choice she had made. She had to achieve so much more before she could even think about any relationship. Everything was going as per her grand plan up until the moment she got out of her car in front of a local wine shop. The last thing she remembers about that day is being hit on the head by something. She had collapsed into someone's arms. When her eyes opened next, she had found herself lying on a bed. She was wearing a strange gown that appeared to be from the ancient era. Someone had changed her clothes while she was unconscious. A fear had crept up in her mind the moment she had analyzed the situation. She had immediately pulled up her gown and found that she was bleeding between her legs. Someone had sexually assaulted her while she was unconscious. Tears had rolled down her eyes as she had attempted to wipe the blood with her gown. "I have to get out of here," was the only thought she had in mind. She had tried looking for any opening or a hidden doorway that could have let her out, but it had been in vain. The door had opened at night and someone had walked in with a tray of food. She had tried to fight her way out, but the man was much stronger than she had anticipated. A tight slap on her face had sent her down on the floor, and she had no courage left to fight back. The food had spilled on the floor and she was afraid she would have to sleep empty stomach. To her amazement, the guy had brought back another plate soon enough and she had gobbled it down hungrily. While sleeping that night, she had no idea what was coming for her. When she recalls the next month, she can't find anything bad about it except being cut from the world outside. They had fed her with good food and a proper diet. There was hot water in the bathroom and she had received a new set of clothes every day. They had even given her books to read when she had complained. Everyone would think of her fate as miserable, but surprisingly, she had adjusted to it. Being alone had never been a problem for her. The biggest shock of her life had come knocking when she had missed her period. The nightmare has been confirmed when she was tied down to her bed and a gynecologist had examined her to confirm a healthy pregnancy. The following months had been a nightmare. They had kept her tied except for her mealtime and for using the bathroom. Even at that time, someone has been always around to look after her. They were worried if she will try to harm the fetus growing inside her belly. She had received no answers to 1,000 questions she had in her mind, even after trying repeatedly with different people. There were 13 different people who had attended her so far. It had been difficult for her to keep a track in the beginning, but she had soon started remembering their faces. "We are preparing you for the ordinance," is all she had received as an answer from one of them. Her mind rushes back to the present as the circle around her is lit on fire. She is tied naked to an inverted cross in the middle of the woods with her hands tied behind her back. Her belly is protruding out and a strange occult symbol is drawn on it. It was drawn by one of the 13 people who are now standing around her with the hoods of their dresses covering their faces. When the circle is completely lit, she finds out that it is actually a pentagram with her body being tied to a log inserted in the middle of the 5-pointed star. She shouts for help, but like the previous 9 months, no one is there to listen. She squirms as the men around her join hands and begin chanting dubious hymns. They keep getting louder with every sentence and start moving in circles. They halt after completing 13 circles around her body. One of the 13 men walks inside the 5-pointed star with a dagger in his hand. As she continues screaming, he keeps the pointed end of the dagger on her belly and makes a little cut, letting out the blood. She cries in pain as he makes 12 more cuts. The blood drips down on the ground beneath her. The man takes off his hood and looks straight into her eyes. You are an important part of this ordinance. On the night we abducted you, all 13 of us impregnated you. You were chosen because you were pure. The pain will end soon, my child. The deity will rise. He steps back and joins the fellow members. As the blood is soaked by the ground beneath her, it starts shaking. She watches in horror as giant claws emerge from beneath her and embrace her body. She shrieks as the claws pull her body inside the realms of the underworld. As the men continue the chants, a giant horned face emerges out from the ground. It bellows, opening up its fuming eyes. The claws emerge out and the dreadful figure uses its claws to pull out its blood-bathed body out from the ground. The men drop to their knees and cut open their throats with their respective daggers. Satisfied with the fact that the ordinance was successful. Their offering had been accepted by the Satan,